Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about everything that has to do with how to get your supply up. I know there is formula shortage right now and it has a lot of mommies worried. My situation, I was breastfeeding and I was weaning off already to have her to stop breastfeeding. With this formula shortage, I did what I could to get my supply back up. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right in because I have a couple of things that I do want to share with you guys. Everybody wants to know, how can I get more milk? You want to stash up your freezer. You want to make sure you're good on that in that sense. So here are my tips, and I know this is going to sound very basic and like kind of common sense, but it's drinking lots of water. I have seen a big shift in my supply in days that I drink a lot of water and days that I don't drink a lot of water. So you want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. You know, if you have to grab a like a container specifically for you and you fill it up and you can track that way how much water you're drinking. This is by Dutch Bros. It's called High Dive Lemonade. Get it iced. Beautiful. Anyways, you know, it's getting a container, a water container just for you that you can track how much water you're drinking instead of just grabbing a whole bunch of water bottles throughout the day. That will also be very helpful for you. Increasing skin to skin time. Letting your baby be here, you know, letting them touch your breasts, all that stimulates your boobs to produce milk. In the beginning, when baby is born, they give you sometimes it's called the golden hour, where you just get skin to skin time with your baby, no distractions, just you, baby, and daddy. And you want to really encourage that, you know, try to be stress free. Get some time where you can just go cuddle with your baby, have your baby close. That helps as well. So increasing skin to skin. Another big thing is eating healthy. If all you do is eating fast food and junk food and all these things, then you know that can definitely play a big role in how much milk you're producing. You eating healthy, you can imagine all the nutrients that is in your breast milk if you are eating healthy and doing what you got to do on that side. But definitely eating healthy. Next thing is nurse or pump often. Have a schedule. Are you going to pump every 2 hours, every 3 hours, every 4 hours? You just kind of have to have something set so that way your body knows how much milk they're producing and how often they need to produce it. I personally pump every 2 to 3 hours. So let's say right when I wake up. I wake up around 8:30, 9, so I'll pump at 9 and I'll pump for 30 minutes, and then at 12 or at 1, between 12 and 1, sometime between then, I'll pump again, 30 minutes, and so on and so forth throughout the whole day. I do not pump overnight. In the beginning I had to because my boobs were engorged and milk would just, you know, my whole shirt would be wet when I would wake up, so I had to. But I kind of slowly trained my body that in the nighttime I don't need to be pumping. So how I would do that is just pretty much you just have to sleep throughout the night and letting your boobs get used to that. You will wake up with, you know, a wet shirt and in the beginning days that you do this, but slowly your body will regulate that they don't need to produce so much at night. So now I'm able to sleep throughout the night. Well, if Evelina lets me, but you know, I can sleep throughout the night and not pump. So I've trained my body to do that. At the beginning it was very it was hard because when I would not pump throughout the night, I would wake up with rock hard boobs, you guys. Literally rock hard, like literally rock hard. Like you would touch it and like my skin wouldn't even like be squishy, or my boob wouldn't even be squishy. Like it would literally be like a stone, like a rock, literally. and of course my shirt wet and all that stuff. And but as I started, I kept doing that, and then my body just kind of regulated, and my boobs would not wake up engorged anymore. So it's just about kind of training your body, but you know, so it's just having a schedule as soon as you wake up, and you'll get the most in a pumping session in the beginning of the day, and then also at night. Throughout the day, I don't know, just our bodies work like that. But what I would do in the beginning, I would be so forgetful, so I actually had an app, the Medela app. If you just download it, it tells you everything on there. It's actually right here. It's called Medela Family. And like if you put this like plus sign right here, you can do sleep, bottle, diaper, you know, all these things. And what I would do is pumping, and you put start, so it'll start like tracking the time, and then when you put stop, you can also put how many ounces you produced. You can do total ounces you produce. You could do how much you produce from your left boob, your right boob, and then your experience, you know, how you felt. And then you can even add notes at the bottom, hit done, and then you can save it. So if you're like, wait, when did I pump? You can look back at the app, and that also helps as well. But this time, I've been doing it for 8 months. I kind of already know, and my boobs already know too, because you can kind of feel the milk coming in. And I'm like, okay, I gotta pump. Yeah, so it's just having a schedule and sticking to it, so that way your body gets used to it. Another thing to help you produce more milk is you can power pump. I personally didn't do this because I didn't need to. What is power pump? It's picking an hour from your day, and I will put the schedule here, but pretty much what you do is you pump for 20 minutes, and again, you do compressions, you massage your boobs, you know, you kind of squeeze it and go like this. You do that as you're pumping to help, you know, the expression of your milk. But you pump for 20 minutes, you take a 10-minute break, then you pump for 10 minutes, then you rest 10 minutes, then you pump another 10 minutes, and then you're done. So I'll put it here so you can screenshot it and have that as a reference. But it's just picking an hour from your day while your baby's sleeping, or maybe dad can watch baby, so you can focus on this. And so you'll have your schedule of pumping, but just pick an hour that you power pump, that you do this, and that's just stimulating your body. Okay, I gotta produce more, I gotta produce more. So that will hopefully help you. Then also my last tip is pump to empty. I don't do this, you know, all the time, because I mean, I've pumped before for 30 minutes, and if I breastfeed a Luna, I still have milk that comes out. But if you're somebody that, if you in a certain amount of time only produce 1 ounce, then add a little, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and even though nothing is coming out of your boob, that's fine, but at least that your boobs, your nipples are getting that motion of sucking. So it's like, okay, we're empty, but there's sucking still going, so that means we need to produce more. So that's what it means by pumping to empty. It's just giving that extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, usually more than what you usually pump. Give it another 5-10 minutes, and just letting your nipples just being pulled on, so your body is being stimulated to produce more milk. Around 6 months, I was thinking about stop breastfeeding, so I was already weaning off. I was pumping around 5 to 7 times in a day from when I woke up, because I don't pump overnight, but since from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, 5 to 7 times in a day. And I slowly started taking pumping sessions out because I wanted to stop. I was gonna wean off breastfeeding, and so I went from 5 to 7 times to only pumping 2 times. So my milk supply drastically went down, and you know, I was okay with going formula and all that, but when the formula shortage happened, I'm like, oh. And I was fine mentally, all that stuff. I checked myself, I'm like, okay, am I willing to do this? And I was fine with doing it. So I started doing this. And these tips that I shared with you is what I started doing. I started drinking a lot more water, making sure I was on top of that. Included myself a schedule. Okay, how often am I gonna pump? And now I'm back to pumping around 5 to 7 times a day. I do want to say this: if you're a mama and you're only producing, and I mean you're only pumping right now 1 to 2 ounces in like 30 minutes or whatever time that you pump, if you're only pumping 1 to 20 minutes, sorry, if you're only producing 1 to 2 ounces, That is okay, that is normal, especially if your baby is small, to produce 1 to 2 ounces or 1 to 3 ounces within that range. It's normal. So don't feel discouraged if that's all you're producing right now. As time goes on, and if you keep yourself on a schedule, drinking lots of water, you know, following the tips I just gave, you will produce more milk, and you know, your body will get used to it. And just be graceful with yourself, be patient. It's not going to happen, you know, overnight. Just, you know, be patient, and it's just about consistency and, you know, getting into a schedule with yourself. Just know that if you're not producing, if you're someone who is producing a lot, awesome, kudos for you. But if you're someone who's not producing a lot, let's say you do your breastfeeding session, right? You breastfeed, baby's full, went to sleep, awesome. So then what you do is you pump. So you choose how much time you want to do. I do 30 minutes, and even if I produce 1 ounce or something like that, what I do is I'll collect it throughout the day. And from 1 ounce each pumping session, if I were to just produce 1 ounce, you guys, that is 5 to 7 ounces extra that I get to stash away. So be graceful with yourself. If that's all you're producing, that's fine. Just keep collecting it throughout the day, and then you get to have a pouch of milk to freeze at the end of the day. And please pump. Even if that's all you're pumping, keep being consistent with your pumping. And you're like, oh, I'm not gonna pump because all I'm producing is 1 ounce. 1 ounce is 1 ounce. And you're, you know, making your body keep producing and keep producing more. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You got this, mama. Keep going. I know you're doing this for the love that you have for your baby, and just remember to be patient with yourself and graceful as well, because it is a huge thing to be breastfeeding. It comes with a lot of things. It takes a lot from you physically, mentally, and I know you're doing this for your little baby, as we all are, you know, and we want just what's best for them, and we're willing to do anything and everything for them. So if this is you, then awesome. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time, and remember, God is good all the time. Bye. I found